Well, welcome back to On the Peg with me, your host, the one, the only, the eyebrow raising, the still unemployed, still surviving, but basically, I'm the Mad Montreal Man, and it's 2025. We're here. Now, nothing's really changed with the set, the format. I haven't made up my mind yet, but I figured it's the first week of the year. Even though everything that's happening in the world is insane, it's not a great start to the year. And my sympathies go out to all the victims' families out there in South Korea and also in New Orleans and anywhere else there's been these horrible things like the 8 people who were hurt in Vegas, the people who were hurt in the mass shooting in New York. Sympathies out to the families, but I figured I should do a video this week just to help people feel a little bit better, to sort of like start the year off on a more positive note. So I figured might as well do something I picked up a while ago. It finally came in. I'll give you guys a hint. That's right, we're doing Batman with the Bat Glider from Batman the 13th Hour. Now, this is not your typical McFarlane gold label. Because normally you give a gold label, a figure, and that's it. You got an entire vehicle and a figure. So what do you say I get my friend, my ally against the tyranny of cardboard and plastic, Dr. Scalpel. And what do you say we, oh, I love doing this. By the way, if you're minting package, look away. Be back after the close-up. As you saw in the close-up, I kept it sort of in the box because the backdrop for that box is so cool. It's good. But you also have this base. So if you want to take him out of the box, you can take most of that backdrop out, fit the cardboard in here, and you still get a cool display. The base itself, 2 pegs. So you can put them on either spot. You can't really do the splits with them, but that's besides the point. I mean, I just have to say, you look at that. That is a nice display. This part does come out, but I honestly say leave it in. If you're going to put this on display, I'd say leave this cardboard in the box because it really adds to the skyline. Well, actually, come to think of it, it detracts from the skyline because these are smaller buildings, but still, it is still cool looking. Like I said, you could take this cardboard insert, and you basically stuck it in there, and there you have it. There's the base. That is kind of cool, but you saw that in the close-up anyway. I just figured, just for simplicity's sake, you could just do this. I know it's a bit odd, but still. Alright, but getting back to Batman himself. Now, the Batman is your typical Batman, however, wired cape. I like the wired cape. The belt's gold. This can take it apart. I haven't taken it apart yet because I just want to show him. But this is probably one of the coolest. Let me move the microphone a bit here. This is probably one of the coolest accessories they've done. I mean, it looks good. Now, if you're like me and you have the giant Build-A-Bat, this is up there with that. And the fact of the matter is, he literally just sits in there nicely. I mean, there is other straps in there you can put him in, but it just holds him nicely. And because it's designed for the 7-inch action figures, you can pretty much put any Batman in there who doesn't have a thick rubber cape. You could put, say for example, a Superman red or blue in here. it would work. So if you don't have a wired cape, you can put them in. Like in the backdrop I showed you in the close-up, you could look at an anime-style Batman. He's going to fit in this thing. Now, unlike previous winged bats, like the Hellbat armor or the Kingdom Come Batman that had hinges, there's no hinges in this. It's just a solid plastic hinge. There's no hinges to it. But the advantage is you can put any Batman in here. That is so cool. And yes, it's a bit more expensive than your typical gold label, but you think you're getting basically a really cool accessory and a Batman wired cape. And the wired cape is actually very posable. I do like it. I mean, I can give it that twist in the back, and it just looks good. It looks good. The face sculpt is a decent face sculpt. I like where the controls are. I mean, as you saw in the background I used, had a bar, but a bar would sort of prevent you from getting out of the glider as fast, because Batman needs to be fast when he gets out of the glider, and Batman's strong enough to fly it like this. I'm just saying. And that's pretty much it for this week's episode. Not a big one. Like I said, don't know what the format's going to be like going forward. Might be more episodes like this, short and sweet. If you can find this one, pick it up. I know a lot of people in the States are getting a lot of stuff at Ross and Target cheap. Go for it. This is one I definitely recommend picking up. If you're in Ireland, Shane, you want this for your collection. Can you just imagine that hanging over your Batman shelf? It would look really cool. And that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, there was, of course you get the card. You also get the useless freaking grappling thing that never does. You get a nice batarang. And McFarlane did toss in the flying base, which I'll use for something else. But no, that's it. It's pretty cool. I like this one. Now, the box itself, it's not going to fit on my wall. So it's, once again, storage boxes. I keep my boxes. If you're like me, you take them out of the package, but you're keeping that box. Just saying. And as for the show going forward, I know I asked a question not too long ago about Patreon. I know Shane posted he would support a Patreon on the comments. If other people tell me in person they would support a Patreon, what do you think? What do you think? I mean, if I can get back to work and have enough money, I'll keep doing the show myself. Don't worry about Patreon. I do kind of want to do some behind-the-scenes stuff. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, or like other things, like other videos, and you want a Patreon, let me know. But for now, I still have stuff to review. I'm still living in a place. So who knows what next month will bring. I am in panic time. Haven't paid rent yet. But, I'll pay part of it, and hopefully my landlord will understand. Hopefully I'll find work soon. But, no, thank you guys so much for watching the show, tuning in. It's the first week of the new year. My first action figure opened for the new year. And, of course, it has to be Batman, because nobody beats Batman. And that's pretty much it. So, I know it's not always easy, especially with what's going on. Be aware of your surroundings, especially if you're in the States or in Ireland or the UK or pretty much anywhere in the world right now. Do your best, of course, to stay healthy. It's important. And, when you do get really cool action figures like this, no matter with all the negative that's going on in the world, when you get this in your hands or something like this in your hands, something that makes you feel good for even a couple minutes, it's a good way to stay happy. And I know it's not easy, especially with how the year started, or how the year ended for me, how it's going so far, but you still have to do your best to stay positive. That's it. I will see you guys next Friday night for another On the Peg. I'm not sure which one I'm doing. I got a few choices. It might only be one figure. I figure until everything sort of stabilizes, I might just do one or two. For sure I'm not doing the 4 or 5 figures in one show anymore. I think I've tortured you guys enough watching like an hour-long episode. Or do you want more of those shows? Let me know. But like I said, if you don't mind, hit that like, subscribe, comment. Let me know in the comments what's going on. And I will see you guys next Friday night, as per usual, here on The Peg. Until then, take care of yourselves.